My name is Dred Scott. I make revolutionary art to propel history forward, and tonight is the opening of POSTCODE Criminals at Rush Arts Gallery. POSTCODE Criminals is a collaborative project between myself and Joan Kushner and young adults from Liverpool and East New York, Brooklyn. POSTCODE Criminals is a name we chose because we understood that people were criminalized based on where they live. Stop and frisk is a policy that originated in New York and has spread around the country and around the world like a virus, where youth are stopped all the time. The stop and frisk policy is concentrated in the poor and particularly Black and Latino neighborhoods, and it's for doing nothing. The police say, oh well, he was moving furtively. That's a legitimate reason to stop somebody wearing baggy pants. The police are saying that they're really trying to focus on areas where there's lots of drugs and crime, but there are a lot of drugs up in NYU's campus or Columbia College. They aren't like kicking in doors and stopping all the kids there. This is profoundly racist policy, and the same thing's happening in Liverpool.
Liverpool and New York have a lot in common in the way that policies are implemented around stop and search. It was born here, yet migrated to the UK. My interest was in where that policy came from and how it evolved in communities in Liverpool. The art on the walls here tells the story of youth in communities. They feel that they have no place in society.
Joanne and I work with young people in Liverpool and Brooklyn, and we basically had conversations with them, led workshops about the conditions that they're facing with how the police have criminalized them. And we worked with some young men, young women too, and taught them photography using cell phones. And so the youth made some work using cell phone, which is the way uprisings in Egypt and Tunisia became known to the world through very inexpensive technology. And that was the technology that these young people had. So I said, let's use these to show what it's like to live under occupation in the NYPD. In Liverpool, Joanne was doing collages with some of the youth and doing street photography there.
So they were given 3 months to develop their works, and there was very, very little influence from anybody. The works tell the story themselves.
And then the work that I made is a 2-channel video. It's a projection video on 2 opposite walls. On one wall has young adults of Brooklyn, and on the other wall, young adults from Liverpool. And they repeatedly state how many times they've been stopped by the police. 30 times, 50 times, 70 times, 60 times, 150 times, over and over again. And they sort of are just standing awkwardly as if they're telling each other, but also they're telling an audience in between.
I think that the youth that participated in this project are making themselves stronger. They're building up their awareness and their eye and their ability to look at this problem.
As a community, these are our children. We need to pay attention because this city loses the opportunity for these kids to move forward if this is what we do to them. This exhibit is really impacting me because it's telling a truth, an ugly reality that often is swept under the rug and not really focused on.
The art here is very honest, it's very personal because you can see even in the expression of the faces, the sadness in their eyes, and to see youth so young and already have this sad feeling, in the system that they're in, and it's upsetting.
These pictures of the occupation that these kids live under are heavy. They're moving, and I think people will think, and I hope, based on that, be moved to have greater conversations about this and talk with their friends about what does it mean to sort of accept this society the way it is.
This is what's happening. Look at what effect stop and search is having on the way that our young people develop, and what can we do to change this as a collective voice.